Why play Kennen top? Well, he is brilliant in a team fight. He can CC entire teams multiple times, he is very safe with good mobility, and being ranged means he can bully many opponents. However, if CC'd he is incredibly squishy, and if he falls behind he does rely on damage so he can struggle. Kennen's passive is his abilities apply a stack on his target. At 3 stacks, enemies are stunned and Kennen gains a chunk of energy. If this stuns twice in 6 seconds, the second stun is greatly reduced. Kennen's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to the first target hit. Kennen's W has a passive where every 5th attack deals bonus damage which will apply a stack of his passive. The active is an auto-hit ability which deals damage to all enemies around him already affected with the stack of his passive. Kennen's E turns him into a ball of lightning, gaining massive amounts of movement speed, ghosting himself and dealing damage to all enemies he passes through. In addition, if this hits at least one enemy, he gains 40 energy. Kennen's ultimate grants him a large circle of lightning around himself. Enemies within are dealt magic damage every 0.6 seconds, and each of these procs every 0.6 seconds will apply a stack of his passive. During this time, Kennen gains a large amount of armor and magic resist, and each additional hit of the ultimate deals 10% additional damage. For combos, start with E and run through your opponent before cancelling it early by pressing E again. From here, auto attack into W and Q for the stun, and then auto attack again for a large burst of damage. If you have ultimate available, engage with your E, hitting as many opponents as possible before casting your ultimate. From here, after your passive has been applied to everyone at least once, use your W and then Q the most important target, before continuing by spamming away with auto attacks. For matchups, Kennen does very well into champions who he can easily disengage from and bully. However, he can struggle against champions who can easily get onto him and make his life very difficult. For runes, Electrocute works very well if you're able to all in, however consider Airy if you're going to be poking more. For build orders, start Blade and Pot as you're going to be auto-attacking a lot before getting tier 2 boots and a rocket belt. Follow this up with a Shadow Flame and a Zhonya's before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill orders, start Q then W then E before maxing Q then W then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Teleport. Starting the game, you're looking to farm hard while trading and harassing your opponent as often as possible. Every time your opponent goes to farm, you are a ranged champion so you can make them trade their health for it. This means every time they want to spend their auto attack to get money from a minion, you can auto attack them to make them trade their health for it. Being able to consistently do this while farming well yourself gives you a huge amount of control over your lane. In addition to harassing, you also want to be looking for windows for your free and easy trades. Being able to engage with E into your auto attack, W and Q to stun is a massive amount of damage, and the stun allows you to easily walk out of many engagements. And when you hit level 6, you now have serious kill threat. Not only is your damage in a 1v1 greatly increased and it gives you a massive amount of additional CC, but if your jungler comes up, you now also have great gank setup, being able to stun your opponent multiple times, leading to easy kills. Entering the mid game, Kennen is a decent split pusher, but where he really shines is team fighting. Look to take your tower as soon as possible, push the wave as far as you can safely, and then group with your team for objectives. Entering late game teamfights, Kennen can play in 2 different ways, but the way he does this is pretty similar for both. Firstly, he can play his teams engage. If you're able to E through multiple members of their team before ultimating and using Zhonya's, you can absolutely lock down their entire team, deal tons of damage, and keep yourself safe. This allows easy follow-up from your team, giving you a very great start to a team fight. Otherwise, you can play the assassin role. The only real difference here is you're waiting until after the team fight starts. You want to lurk on the edge of the fight until after another champion has engaged, before using your E into your ultimate and W to damage and stun their entire team.